as we launch an award that supports our Filipino creatives and the Filipino creative economy. This will be an afternoon filled with inspiration, innovation, and of course, creativity. And right before we begin with today's celebration, I would just like to acknowledge and honor the people who are making our NDAA awards possible. So can you please give a round of applause, first of all, to our Honorable Mayor of Angono, Mayor Jerry May Calderon. Round of applause, please, for the good mayor. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us over here. Mayor, baka may performance ka mamaya? Sabi mo sa atin, ha? Meron ba? Arts performance? Okay lang, okay lang. And with that also, we'd like to thank our good friend, the Program Chair for BA Communication at Thames International. Please welcome Ms. Jam Ramos. Ms. Jam, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for inspiring our next generation of creative economists. And of course, this event would not be possible without the efforts of our hard-working organizer, the Director of World Bank Services International. Please welcome Ms. Jill. Ms. Jill, thank you so much for bringing us all together here today. We are also joined by the Managing Director of Globaltronics, Mr. Butch Cabalu. Yung pinagwapo po sa lahat. Sir, thank you so much sa invitation mo. And of course, maraming salamat rin sa ating Vice President for Business and Development, Mr. Timothy Lee. Yeah, Mr. Timothy, thank you so much for joining us. And right before we begin, I didn't realize, Jill, you didn't tell me, ang dami palang magaganda at gwapo dito ngayon sa ating opening ceremony. So can you please just do me a favor? Mga taga-media favor lang. Pwede ba yung tingnan yung mga katabi mo natin? Take a good look at the person beside you on the left side or the right side. At pakisabi lang po sa kanila, ang ganda mo at ang gwapo. Pakisabi lang po, ang ganda mo, gwapo mo, Ms. Jam, ang ganda mo po. Mayor, ang ganda niyo po. Jopet, gwapo ka pa rin. Again, thanks so much. One more round of applause, please, to everybody over here. And reminding all of our guests here today to please upload your photos and videos of our launch online. Please use our hashtag. The hashtag to use is PinoyDigiHeart. Again, that's Pinoy D-I-G-I Heart H-E-A-R-T. And of course, we also have our Facebook pages over here, NDAA Official PH and NDAA2024.globaltronics.net. Again, please spread the word of our awards. And before we continue with today's celebration, I think it's about time for us to take a look back at how the awards came to be and the future of our awards ceremony. Mga kaibigan, please watch this video. And as we wait for them to show our video, again reminding all our guests to please use our hashtag PinoyDigiHeart.
Well, sound.
And you want to hire model to set only for support devices yung kanina na gusto or the highest this one is as we go on to the next slide can actually be fast and accommodate more devices. So two of them wireless is 720S.
And as we fix our audio here on the screen, let's give us some time to fix the audio here on the screen. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, may I please welcome a gentleman who has been a steadfast supporter of the digital arts community and the creative economy here in the Philippines. He has been truly a trailblazer in supporting digital creativity. Please give a warm welcome to the Managing Director of Globaltronics. Please welcome Mr. Butch Cabalu. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, magandang hapon po sa inyo. Welcome to the official digital activation of the National Digital Arts Award, NDAA 2024, here at the WOSI at SMX. It is an honor to stand before you as we unveil a remarkable chapter in our journey to celebrate and elevate the extraordinary talents within the digital arts community. That is the goal of NDAA. This year promises to be especially exciting. The NDAA, with the support of DTI under Malikhaing Pinoy program and the expertise of Thames International Business, represents more than just an award ceremony. It is a bastion of inspiration, resilience, and opportunity for emerging digital artists. We are dedicated to providing a platform that enables these talented individuals to refine their skills, showcase their creativity, and realize their full potential. As we gather in this environment of innovation, I am reminded of the inspiring journey of our very own Carlos Yulo, a shining example of what can be achieved with the right support and platform. From his humble beginnings, Carlos has made waves in achievement of winning not only one, but 2 gold medals at this year's Olympics. His unwavering dedication and the backing of a supportive community have propelled him to greatness. And this is exactly what NDAA aims to offer to our digital artists. Through our initiatives and the recognition we provide, we aspire an environment that allows creativity to flourish and for the talents to show their spotlight. Just as Carlos has reached for the stars, turned dreams into reality, we encourage our digital artists to embrace their journey, push their boundaries, and break through the barriers. Thank you so much for joining us at this pivotal moment as we embark on an exciting journey to redefine the landscape of digital arts in the Philippines. Let us make NDAA 2024 a year to remember.
Again, thank you so much, Mr. Trapalo. Continue with today's event and activation ceremony. Of course, also very important to have the support of the Academe, which nurtures the growth of our future digital artists. With that, I'd like to invite here on stage a lady who is both at the intersection of communication and creativity. Please help me welcome our keynote speaker here today, the program chair for BA Communication at Thames International Business School as we launch the NDAA. Please welcome Ms. Jam Ramos. Let's give Jam a round of applause. Jam, thank you so much for bringing us the next wave of digital artists here in the country.
Yes, thank you very much for that introduction, RJ. It's actually my pleasure and my honor to represent our school, Thames International. I have a presentation as well. So may I ask someone to assist with the slide presentation? All right, thank you very much. Right, so I'll be mentioning next so that we have our visuals. As always, as creatives, we want to also see what we do here in Thames International. All right, so first of all, I would like to recognize our VIPs, guests, and friends. So DTI, hello, yeah. So I would like to say good afternoon to DTI Director Lilian Salonga, Honorable Mayor Jerry May Calderon, Mr. William Guido, Chairman and CEO of Globaltronics, Ms. Katz Halandoni, Mr. John Halandoni, Executive Director of Park Foundation, Mr. Butch Cavalu, Managing Director of Globaltronics, Mr. Jopet Cuento, Media Director of Globaltronics, and of course our host, Mr. RJ Ledesma. So esteemed guests, colleagues, students, and friends, good afternoon. As a fellow creative, it is my honor and pleasure to speak on behalf of TEMS International. Next, please. It is because TEMS supports and uplifts creatives like me and our students. Next, please. Since 2018, TEMS International have been an advocate and champion of various capacity building projects to strengthen the creative industry ecosystem in the Philippines. Next, please. Established in 1999, TEMS offers senior high school and bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship, business administration, and communication. Aside from arts and design strand and accountancy, business, and management strand, our senior high school is now offering the e-commerce program. So we are benchmarking the SHS e-commerce program for students to learn more about future online businesses and the next generation of entrepreneurs. Aside from the local degree for undergraduates, TEMS International also offers the Global Degree Transfer Program to its students with 15 partner universities in 5 countries to date. These are our partner universities in Australia, Ireland, Singapore, United Kingdom, and United States of America. The TEMS Way brand focuses on experiential projects and project-based learning, providing a foundation for creative problem-solving, design thinking, growth mindset, and entrepreneurial leadership among students. Next, please. TEMS developed the first creative entrepreneurship program called Innovation and Creative Enterprise, or ICE, with around 200 graduates since 2022. We are proud to say that TEMS ICE, or ICE, graduates are equipped with creative skills and entrepreneurial spirit because of our tried and tested courses conducted by our experienced mentors and faculty who are professionals in their own fields. Next, please. TEMS International also developed the Philippine Creative City Playbook to help aspiring local government units maximize the potential of the creative industry. This was done in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, and UNESCO Creative Cities of Baguio and Cebu. Next, please. TEMS International developed the Philippine Skills Framework for the following creative industries to map out the future skills required of the industry. These are digital art and animation and game development. Recently, TEMS with DTI and the industry associations on digital animation and game development conducted masterclass training for these creative industries. Next, please. The United Nations Project is a 2-year capacity building project with a vision of developing creative micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, in the Philippines as the key drivers and regional models in fulfilling the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or UN SDGs. Next, please. With all of these wonderful initiatives, TEMS International continues to provide projects and programs that focuses on creatives, most especially our bachelor's degree for undergraduates. This is the Bachelor of Arts in Communication. TEMS redefines communication arts by anchoring it to entrepreneurship. This 3-year degree in communication offers opportunities for highly creative and motivated students. This program develops students' communication skills in the digital age and prepares them to be effective communicators in today's diverse and evolving business, professional, and academic fields. Next, please. So let me show you a snippet of what creatives can achieve at TEMS International to through its brief virtual reality exhibit created by my class. You can scan the QR code actually in the video using your mobile phones to experience the VR exhibit if you like. So it's entitled From Spark to Frame. I hope there are some of you who really scanned it to really experience the VR exhibit of the class from the Bachelor of Arts of Communication. Next, please. I hope I was able to present to you today how great it is to have the support and initiatives that can help each one of you to achieve your creative success like what we do at TEMS International. I would also like to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to you, our partners, guests, colleagues, students, and friends for your unwavering support and efforts through worthwhile projects like the one we have today. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much. A round of applause, please, to the creative hub here in the Philippines. So to share how her own area of Angono supports the growth of art, digital art, and creativity here in the Philippines. It is my pleasure to welcome here on stage the Honorable Mayor, Ms. Jerry May Calderon. Let's give the Honorable Mayor a round of applause, please.
Ipapakita ba mo?
Yes, ma'am.
Nakikita mo lang lahat. Ito po yung aming mga munting bayan at pagkas ng lipuan na nag-play yung audio.
Speak after. Ayan po. It's nice to look at. It's even better to visit. Please visit Angono. And Mayor, baka pwede mo imbitahin magpupusino sa Angono po.
Ito po kayo sa aming bayan. Napakaliit na bayan pero binabahayan ng mga likanite. Ang bayan na napakaliit. Pero dalawang national artists. Meron sa arts, meron sa music. Yung bayan na mayroong labing siyang na galleries na pwede kumipunan. At kung gusto po rin yung masaksihan, yung aming mga celebrate, ayan po ay tuwing November. Isang buwang selebrasyon ng aming mga kapistahan at ng Gigantes Festival. Pero ang main event ay tuwing November 23. Taon-taon, 22 and 23. Takas lang, maghahanda ba pagka November 23 dahil pasaan po.
November ano po? November
23.
November 23. Sige po, maghahanda na po tayo lahat.
Ang aming bayan na napakaliit ay mayroong bundok hanggang Lawa. Yung napapalibutan lahat ay mayroon. At siguro po sa taon na ito, on behalf po ng municipality, ako Rizal, known as the Art of Philippines and the home of the Gigantes Festival, and the hometown of two great national artists, Maestro Lucio San Pedro Music and Carlos Bonam Francisco in Visual Arts. And we are honored to be part of this event. And we extend our sincerest gratitude to the National Digital Arts Awards, the Department of Trade and Industry, Globaltronics Incorporated, and Things International for choosing the municipality of Angono as one of their partners in promoting the digital arts community. And this partnership will assist our local talents and artists in showcasing their creativity and artistic expression at the national level, providing opportunities for our constituents to demonstrate that Angono deserves its title as the Art Capital of the Philippines. Advances in digital media will support the development of arts and cultural tourism in our town. It will be a great opportunity for future growth as technology continues to progress and innovate. Working together will be a powerful tool in promoting our local tourism in Honolulu. And we will uphold our commitment as outlined in our agreement and wholeheartedly support the Malikhain Pinoy program of the Department of Trade and Industry. At may pangalan na kasama ko ang aming pong komitihan ng chair ng komitihan ng edukasyon at ng turismo. Gusto ko sa Konsihala Elena Ibanez.
Hello ma'am, thank you for joining us.
Tourism Officer, Ma'am Tracy Pascual. Maraming salamat po and more power to the National Digital Arts Award.
Ma'am Mayor, kapalakpakan ka Mayor Calderon. Mayor, maraming salamat po sa inyong support. Ma'am Mayor, pwede magtanong lang, ano po nasa tubig sa Angono kaya maraming creative sa Angono? Can you share with us a bit more sa kasaysayan ninyo? Bakit po nag-gather po sa Angono yung mga creatives natin?
Nagsimula yan dun sa aming national artist, si Carlos Bono Francis. Nung kanila pong panahon, 1960s, nagsimula. At syempre, nung panahon na yan, yung sa pamilya, di ba nagkaroon ng bangko, ng Miranda, ng mga artist, nagkaroon na ng mga eskwelahan. Na kung saan, yung mga eskwelahan na yan, ay nagkaroon din ng after-school program pagdating sa arts. Hindi nawawala. Nandun din sa bayan po namin yung Regional Youth School for the Arts. Buong region, pero sa aming pong bayan yung nilagay. So parang tuloy-tuloy yung pagkubog po dun sa mga susunod na inarasyon pagdating sa sining at pagkubog. Hindi nawawala. Magkaroon man tayo ng digital na arts, pero sabi ko nga sa bayan namin, hindi mawawala yung content.
Opo, ang ganda pa ng story ninyo, hindi lang yung future artist, pati yung future artist using technology, yung ating digital arts. Ano pa ginagawa ng bayan po ng Angono para supportahan yung ating mga digital artists?
Ano po, katulad din po nila sa pagka-promote nung mga kanilang gawa. Hindi lang yung mga nilang gawa yun, pero sa kanila mismo mga artist ay amin pong pinapakilala kung saan parte ng ating bansa. Ay po, at siguro itong pagkakataon na nagkaroon tayo ng mga partnership ay mas mapalawak pa na yung pagpapromote pagdating sa arts.
Maraming salamat po sa suporta po ng Angono dito sa ating NDAA. At ma'am, last na lang po, sa mga gusto bumisita po sa Angono, hindi pa nakakabisita sa Angono, when is the best time to visit Angono? Sinabi niyo kanina po.
November po ang celebration namin ng kabistahan ng aming supplemente at ng Icantas Festival. Dalawa po kasi meron 22 and 23. Pero buong November, araw-araw, meron din kami activities na kung saan iba't ibang sining naman yung makikita po. At November, merong ibang buwan nyo naman po gusto pumunta, okay naman po ang aming buwan. Kontakin nyo lang ako.
Yan po yung aking tourism director, nag-video pa dito kayo. Maraming salamat po ulit. Okay, palagpagan po ulit. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta to the Honorable Mayor Calderon. Thank you so much. And of course, nandiyan yung suporta ng ating Department of Trade and Industry as we move forward with building the digital economy and the creative economy here in the Philippines. Okay, please welcome your stage by very of DTI, Director Lilian Salonga for a few words. Palagpagan po para kay Director Salonga. Ma'am, gusto po tayo ulit.
Magandang hapon. Isang malikhaing araw sa ating lahat. Of course, on behalf of the Department of Trade and Industry, it is my pleasure to be part of this launching of the National Digital Arts Awards. So, as the lead implementer of the Philippine Creative Industry Development Act, ang DTI po ay patuloy na tinag-champion ang ating creative industry sa ating bansa. And we have this initiative na po na tinatawag natin Malikhain Pinoy Program, where we partner with various sectors of our economy. And dito po, na-mention ni Mayor kanina, katuwang namin ang mga iba't ibang probinsya at even cities across the country para po ma-pursue ang ating growth ng creative industry. And as you know, ang ating batas na bago pong nilikta noong 2022, dito sa ating bayan ay meron na tayong tinatawag na Philippine Creative Industry Act na dinidivide ang ating creative industry. Dati po kasi medyo hindi siya divided, horizontal at across sa iba't ibang sector. So, ito po ay may 9 domains and even 73 sectors of our economy. So, ito po ay nag-contribute substantially sa ating ekonomiya. Recently, we have 7.1% of the total GDP of the country and about 7.23 million employed para po ma-account ang kanyang kahalagahan sa ating ekonomiya. So, we always call for collaboration. As you have heard, of course, government can do all of this alone, but we have partners such as Globaltronics, where we forged memorandum of understanding with them, and as well as the academe, para po we can further boost the creative industries in our country. Maraming salamat po.
Director Lee, maraming salamat. Palakpakan, please. Ang kagandahan po nito, nakikita po natin dito na yung buong ecosystem ay sumusuporta sa ating creative economy in Pilipinas, all the way from the academe to the executive office, of course, as well to the office of the government, and of course with our academic institutions. So again, thank you so much. And of course, the linchpin of all this one is our National Digital Arts Awards. And to show you an actual sample of how digital arts work, I would like to welcome here welcome a gentleman here on stage, one of our creative digital artists, to demonstrate the power and the beauty of digital arts. May I please welcome here on stage the very talented Mr. Emil Healy, who is better known as Shy X in the digital creative community. And si Shy over here will show us live his own sample of digital arts. Alam niyo po, si Shy, sanay na yun mag-live streaming at kinikwento kung anong dinadrawing niya habang nag-live stream siya. So, art. So, Shy, baka pwede mo ikwento sa atin kung anong ginagawa mo dito ngayon sa hapon na ito. And I'll ask for the help of our friends from Globaltronics to hold the mic for him as he talks, if that's okay.
Sure. Nice mic.
Ayan, okay ba?
Yeah.
Baka mag-rap ka na rin, ba? Kaya rin pala siya eh. Lahat lang. Rapper na, multimedia artist pa.
There's different form of art, right? So music. So we did everything.
Tama.
So good luck to the next one who's gonna use the microphone. I'm really sorry. Just kidding. Right? Let me just set up my the computer and the tablet. And so good morning or good afternoon, everyone.
Sige, Shy, pakikwento muna habang inaayos yan, no? I know that you're fixing it up. A bit more about your journey as an artist from, I guess, traditional art to digital art. May journey ka ba or you were digital first when it came to doing art?
Just like other artists, I started traditionally. Likod ng notebook. Maraming nakakalam yan, likod ng notebook, mag-drawing ng high school or elementary. And na-discover ko lang si Wacom because of the communities, or na-discover ko yung digital art because of the communities. I was having a dilemma if I'm gonna buy art materials like for painting or oil, and or a digital tablet. And then I considered the material cost, medyo magastos siya pare. So sabi ko, doon na lang ako sa digital art, nandun na yung kulay, nandun na lahat. Ano pa ako nun eh, I'm still working on corporate world, BPO, call center. And habang tumatagal, grind lang, nag-practice, pa isa-isa na client, alam mo yung kahit isang tuka talaga. Tapos kinonsider ko na siyang, gawin ko na siyang main source of income. Kaya maliit, mas compare sa kinikita ko nung nasa BPO pa ako, mas maliit siya pare, pero iba yung ginagawa mo na or kumikita ka na dun sa bagay na talagang mahal mo. Yung di ka na napapagod eh, kasi drawing ka anytime. Kung ano yung trip ng drawing. Nag-start ako sa mga ganyan, chibi-chibi. Naggumawa ako ng art page sa Facebook. Doon ako nag-art stream. So live stream ko, nakaset up ako, kaya yan, drawing habang chika. Tapos, yun ang isa sa mga main goal ko. yung ma-inspire ba yung ibang artist na pasukin nyo to, mahirap pero nakakatakot, pero once na nakapag-start ka, mas may enjoy mo pare kasi iba to.
So pagdating sa creative economy, no, di ba dapat, of course, you have your art, but you also want to make sure that it's also a livelihood for you.
Yes.
So, anong masasabi mo sa ating mga aspiring artists din? Na, you know, who are, just like yourself, you went through a journey of going through digital art at the same time, you had to leave a day job para mag-full-time dito. Ano yung payo mo sa kanila?
This is a good advice, especially for young ones. Don't focus with the money. Focus with your craft. So, practice ka lang. Yung pera, pare, darating yan. Automatic darating yan. Pero sa mga halimbawa, kagaya ko na from corporate, trying to transition to the digital art, it's much better that you have a backup. Huwag yung gayahin yung ginawa ko talagang cold 13, nag-resign ako kasi sobrang drain ka na sa corporate world. Unlike dito talagang every time na nakakatapos ka ng artwork, alam mo yung marerefresh ka. Sobrang solid yung experience pagka artist ka.
Got that. And with that, we're just fixing the visuals for this one. But we'll just turn around the screen if you don't mind, no?
Originated siya sa Japan.
No.
Para siyang anime, big heads. Kung mapapansin nyo, there's a huge difference between Western and Japanese type na artwork. So itong ginagawa ko, dito ako nag-start na talagang kumita. Na nakakatuwa na, may nagtitiwala, meron pala talaga nagbabayad sa drawing.
Wow!
So para sa mga nagsasabi ng walang pera sa obra, baguhin na natin yung mentalidad na yan. Meron.
Nakikita ko si Miss Jera ng World Bex, gusto niya maka-chibi art sa sarili niya, para makapunta dito sa mga World Bex niya, ha? O yan, po, meron na.
Yan.
So ito, you drew this last night online.
Wala.
What is the creative process? How do you reach a drawing like this right now?
Siguro kita nyo yung yung layers. So this is actually my process. I always start with the sketch. So yan lang yung simula. Kumbaga constructions. Marami kasing artist na nagmamadali na gusto nila artwork mo agad. Nakakalimutan nila yung foundations. So kung beginner artist ka, aspiring artist ka, focus ka sa foundations pare. Big shapes, yung mga solid shapes like circle, squares, rectangle, lahat yan, lahat ng nakikita nyo dun sa mismong artwork is just solid shapes. So for example, ito. Masa na yung brush? Nakaganan nila. Photo siya kaya. Ito, bilog yan. Bilog ano. Ayan. Usually, nag-i-start ko sa bilog. Ito, ganyan ko siya kina-construct. Diyan yung makikita yung mga big shapes. Diyan lang ako nag-focus talaga. Yan, triangles. Ito, may mga artist tumatawag dito is yung orange or lime shape. Halos lahat mabubuo mo dito sa shape na to. So, hindi naman lahat capable na mag-aral. Kumuha ng fine arts, kumuha ng multimedia arts. Kasi nung panahon namin, tanda ko na, mabanggit ko naman. Nung panahon namin, the only option that you have is fine arts. And if you ask your parents na gusto mong kumuha ng fine arts, anong sasabihin sa'yo ng parents? Walang pera doon, di ba? At taga-pintura lang sa billboard. Yung mga ganun, yung mga pang advertisement, ganun. Unlike ngayon, napaka-supportive ng mga parents.
May Angola na, may DTI pa, supported DTI pa sa creative economy, di ba?
May mga traditional lahat sinusuportahan na, dami ng communities. Kaya sobrang thank you, sana palakpakan nyo yung mga sarili nyo.
Mamaya konti po, ano yung big boss ng World Bex, mamaya konti pwede magawin ng drawing World Bex dyan, para di ba? Yeah, para may logo na sila, nakasama yung chippy mo dyan, di ba? So, pagkatapos nito, you do the drawing, what's the next step?
First, yan talaga, shapes. Shape study. Meron akong napanood ito, as I mentioned earlier, pag wala kang pang-aral, meron tayong tinatawag na YouTube University.
Ayan.
Meron akong nag-aaral.
Sariling sikap talaga.
Sariling sikap, wala tayong pagbayad. So, YouTube University lang yan, nakuha ko yung mga shapes na yan. Never draw with your imagination pag beginner ka. Hindi tayo kasing galing ni Kim. Kung familiar kayo dun sa artist na si Kim, yung nag-drawing ng sobrang laki na from memory lang, hindi pa tayo ganun palupit. So, always use reference. Hindi siya daya. Ang reference is, ini-study mo kung paano mo gagawin yung mga shapes, yung especially poses. Sobrang importante ng poses. Magtataka kayo, merong mga artwork na pag tinignan nyo, parang ang boring niya. Usually nang dahil yun sa poses. Mas better kung maaral mo yung foundation ng dynamic poses, na yung mga foreshortening, yung pagka, dahil ba, ayan, yung perspective na mas malaki yung kamay, mas maliit yung nandito, parang mas buhay yung artwork mo. So, doon magsisimula sa shapes. Yan talaga na gagawa ka lang ng shapes na ganyan, hanggang Loomis method, familiar din yung iba dyan, yung bilog na may cross, tapos yung gano'n, yun yung Loomis method. Tapos hanggang mabuo itong sketch ko. Ganyan ako mag-sketch, medyo malinis lang kasi especially pag may client ka, gusto mo pakita yung clean sketch na. So makikita nila na, okay na yan. Kasi yung medyo rough sketch, hindi pa masyadong ma-picture out ng client. Unlike ganito, kita mo na ganyan yung magiging itsura niya. And then, once this is approved, I go to the line art phase. Line art ko.
Wow.
Alright.
Na-excite siya sa line art ko.
Start siya sa line art ko, tapos ipapa-approve po yan. So, once that is approved, doon tayo sa base color. Yung base color, ito yan usually. Itong mga basic lang, yung talagang flat brown, flat na flesh color, talagang puro flat lang. Pagka may type talaga, ang process ko is kada isang kulay, isang shade, isang highlight. Ganun eh. Parang 2 colors lang ako eh. Dito, since mas may papakita ko sa inyo na doon may pag nagmamadali ka ba? Ito ang pinatawag namin na grayscale process. So, above the layer, pwede mo itong gamitin sa kahit anong application as long as meron kang multiply and nakalimutan ko yung mismong tawag dito eh, modes. Ayan, as long as meron ka nito, pwede mong gawin itong grayscale. Usually, yung ginagawa nila is above the base color, kasi ito yung base color, itong group na tayo. Sorry, hindi ko na nahanap. Usually, hindi talaga ako nagpapangalan ng na layers. So, dyan sa shade na yan, pag naka-multiply yan, pipig lang ako ng gray. Yan. Tapos, whatever under this layer, yun na yung magiging kulay niya. Ito dark lang yan. So, kung brown, magiging dark brown siya. That's right.
So, kayo nagbibigay ng depth yan sa kulay.
Yes.
Diba? Sa inyong mga drawing nyo. Kapag ginagawa yan, no? Yung, so, sa may ibang tao, parang sa, you're just using, inisip nila, talagang art ba yan? Or kasi inisip digital art, baka hindi yan talagang totoo art, di ba? Inisip mo na minsan, di ba? Pero sa palagay mo, it's like, sa digital art is just another medium. Parang
another medium, exactly. Kasi
medium
iba talaga siya eh. Pero may mga estudyante ako makasama nung nag-present din ako with Wako, na talagang ganda ng artwork niya, tapos tinanong ko, ano gamit ng application before? Sabi niya, sir, hindi po first time ko pong mag-digital. So talagang advantage na talagang traditional artist ka muna. Iba yung advantage na sobrang taas ng respeto ko sa mga traditional artist. Kasi walang control si dun. Pag nagkamali ka,
mali ka talaga.
Especially for tattoo artists. Marami tayong tattoo artists.
Nakakasimpatay sa'yo si Professor Jam. Sabi niya, pag-iyan ka lang, i-grade ka yung mga katapos. I-grade ka makatapos yung Professor Jam.
Assessment.
Yeah, may assessment ka pagkatapos. Ayan. So, obviously this is inspired by Carlos Yulo.
Yes.
And then, what's the next step from here?
Once I applied the base color, doon na ako nag-focus yung mga shades, highlights. Kasi, pansin nyo, yan, especially, tingnan nyo yung shades and highlights ng mga artwork dyan. Yan talaga yung bubuhay ng mga artwork. Pag ganitong flat lang, parang boring pa siya eh. Diba? Parang boring pa siya.
So, para sa aesthetics natin, pag nakikita mo may konting depth yung kulay, dahil lumalabas yung
pag-3D effect niya.
Yung nabubuhay yung artwork para sa mga tumitingin sa kanya.
Kasi alam mo na kung ano yung nasa harap, ano yung nasa ilalim dahil sa shadows and highlights. So, like this, yan. Ninipisan ko lang yan. Ayan, makikita niya na nagiging brown na agad siya. Tapos pagka dito ko nilagay, nagiging green na agad. Ayan. So, ito ba yung isang advantage ng digital art? That's why I prefer digital art. May zoom in. Hindi na tayo kailangan bumili ng manipis na brush. So, ganyan lang. Medyo rough lang yung ano ngayon.
Ito ba si Carlos Yulo o yung pole vaulter? Hindi ko alam eh. Nakikita ko dito ngayon. Okay.
Ito po yung isang kailangan mong pag-aralan, mapa-traditional or mapa-digital art, is yung shadows, yung sa shapes. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng basta apply lang kung saan mo gusto. Dapat alam mo kung saan mo ilalapat yung ilaw, dapat alam mo kung nasan yung source of light mo, para alam mo kung nasan yung shades. Kasi like other or physical object, kung nandito yung ilaw, madilim dito, ganun. So same as digital art, same as any other form of art, dapat dun ka rin nag-focus, hindi sa pera mo. Pera mo kasi nga eh.
The money will come.
The money will
especially pag nakikita, they can see the value that you give sa inyong artwork.
Kasi pag nagka-livestream ako, yan yung usually na question. Sir, saan po kayo kumuha ang client? Sir, bakit hindi ako makakakuha ng client? Una, hindi. Kasi 50% lang yung talent eh, pagdating dito sa industry na to.
I see.
The rest talaga is how you sell yourself. So, pag artist ka, lalo na pagka ito na yung main source of income mo, dapat alam mo rin kung paano ibenta yung sarili mo.
At habang kinatapos po ni Shai yung kanyang drawing dito, we please invite here on stage for our official wine toasting to cap off our awards opening ceremony. May please welcome back on stage the Honorable Mayor Jerry May Calderon. Mayor, please join us here for a wine toasting. Together with, of course, our program chair, Ms. Jam Ramos of TAMS International. Officially open our National Digital Arts Awards opening ceremony. Let's all raise our glasses. Cheers! Mabuhay ang malikhaing Pinoy. Mabuhay po ang NDAA. Palakpakan po sa ating NDAA. Oh. Closer, thank you so much for supporting at sa ating mga kaibigan mula sa media at sa mga taga-subaybay. Please upload online on the photos using our hashtag. That's Pinoy DigiHeart. Again, Pinoy DigiHeart.
Okay. Ready? One.
And maraming salamat rin kay Shai for his fantastic demonstration of digital art.
One more. Okay, thank you.